Friends, this is the story of two girls who go to an unknown house for checkup, but something happens to them there which they had not even imagined in their dreams. So let us know what happened to them. At the beginning of the story, we see a man who was writing numbers on the electric poles, but then he starts feeling thirsty, but the water he had was exhausted. So he goes to a nearby house to ask for water, where a cow is tied. The man is in that house. While knocking, he starts waiting for someone to come out. Only then we hear the sound of a girl screaming inside that house. At the same time, we also see a woman who is now moving towards the gate, with which the scene cuts here and shifts to a girl named Anuja Rao, who actually lives in the city away from her family. At the present time, she was thinking about the conversation she had with her fiancé Vaibhav, who wanted Anuja to return to the village. When she reaches her school, her father calls her and starts scolding her because on Vaibhav's request, she got very angry at him, had not left the job, but right now, Anuja does not even pay attention to her father and goes inside the school where she meets a teacher named Amol Joshi, who starts trying to impress Anuja on the very first day. But Anuja understood all this, so she does not pay attention to him and gets busy in her work, where after the class is over today, the principal starts sending her along with Amol for the census, on which she tells the principal that she is Amol's son. She is not comfortable with them, but then a teacher named Neha comes there. And now, after listening to Anuja, she herself decides to go with Anuja, where on the way, they both talk very nicely and start trying to finish their work as soon as possible. But then they see the same house which we saw in the beginning of the story. Then Anuja starts going there to inquire as well. On this, Neha was trying to stop her because she found the people of that house a bit strange. But Anuja does not listen to him and goes to that house to inquire. Now when they knock on the door, a woman opens the gate whose name was Purna. Then Anuja tells him about herself and asks her to open the gate. Now from the way that woman talks, we understand that her mental condition was not right, and at the same time, she was not looking completely mature. But then Anuja notices that Purna is also pregnant, so she asks her, is this her first child, or are there more children? To which Purna answers, laughing strangely, that children die as soon as they are born. They are just born and cry for a while and then are killed. And after hearing this answer, Anuja and Neha's mind stops working. They are not able to understand anything. Then when she asks about the people present in the house, they come to know that inside that house there was also a servant named Leela Ghanshyam and Bola. Well, now Leela comes there, who herself was talking very strangely to Anuja and Neha, so both of them go away from there. But outside, we see a man who, after seeing both Neha and Anuja, starts smiling in a very lustful way, meaning he was looking at them with dirty eyes. And it was the servant of that house, Pola, due to which now Anuja and Neha got very nervous, so they immediately leave from there. But now Anuja has seen that house, and now, when both of them reach the school, Neha's brother Naru had come there looking for Neha, who was a very angry person, and he was very worried about Neha. Then Neha tells him about her work and takes her home with her. But now at night, we are able to see Anuja, who was still thinking about Purna's behavior, and at the same time, she also saw injury marks on Purna's neck, so she starts feeling that something is wrong with Purna, and hence she again asks Neha to go to the same house, to which Neha refuses at first, but later she has to bow down to Anuja's insistence, and both of them reach back to the same house, which was the biggest mistake of their life. Now here, when Pola sees them, he is very sad, becomes more excited, and seeing Pola, we also start to understand that he is also a kind of psycho. Now he quickly brings Anuja and Neha inside the house and makes them stand in front of Leela. Then, on talking to Leela, Anuja comes to know that Purna is unwell, and hence today, she will not meet anyone. Then there comes Ghanshyam, who was on a 5-year silence fast, out of which only 3 years had been completed so far, where Pola used to talk to everyone. Now see, Neha and Anuja find this family very strange, and so do all of us, so both of them leave from here. But then Bola comes running out and starts asking them both for tea in a close manner, on which both of them start leaving from there without giving any reply. But then suddenly it starts raining there, so now to save themselves from the rain, they have to go back inside that house, even if they don't want to. And now, when it's night, even when the rain does not stop on time, both of them have to eat there. But before eating, Leela confirms whether Bhola has given fodder to their cow Ganga or not, because they used to eat food only after Ganga has had fodder. Well, now when Leela comes to know properly that Ganga has been given fodder, then everyone starts eating, but there too, Purna was eating food strangely, as if she did not even know how to eat food on her own, seeing which Anuja and Neha were very surprised. He gets more shocked, and now when the rain has stopped, Anuja asks to go, but because it was late in the night, and Naru could get angry on his sister Neha, so she asks to go in the morning. Then she also talks to Naru and lies to her that actually she is staying at her friend Anuja's place, but her words were overheard by Pola, who had come there to see them with his lustful eyes. And as soon as he comes to know that no one knows about Neha and Anuja's coming there, he immediately goes to Ghanshyam and tells him that both of them have come inside this house without informing anyone, and starts requesting him with the same lustful eyes that Ghanshyam should give him permission to do wrong with them. But Ghanshyam flatly refuses refuses to do anything at this time, so Bola also silently leaves from there. Then we see Leela, who is only Ghanshyam. She starts explaining that she too should not make Bola refuse for everything, because he could go out from there and tell all these things to everyone. Then we see Ghanshyam, who starts going somewhere, while we also notice Anuja, who was watching Ghanshyam taking some man somewhere from the window. Then she feels that he is taking someone's dead body, due to which she gets very scared, and at the present time, she tells Neha about all this and goes away from there. She tells him to run away, and now both of them somehow start leaving from there, but Anuja also wanted to know the whole truth, so she also starts going to the same cottage where Ghanshyam had gone. Despite not wanting to, Neha has to follow him where ongoing. There they see a severed thumb of a person, and then the man present there holds their feet and starts asking them to get free from there, which was actually the same person whom we saw in the beginning of the movie, i.e. Joe. Numbers were written on the poles, which meant that these people had kept her captive here. Seeing all this, Anuja and Neha were very scared. They were not able to understand anything, so they immediately start running away from there, where on the way, Neha remembers that she forgot her phone inside the room, so she has to go back, where she finds the phone, but now she was afraid to go out from there at night, because if she was caught, then she too would face the same fate. This happened with this man, so they make a plan that he should normally leave from there in the morning, without informing anyone, and now the next morning, both of them do exactly the same. But then, Leela tells Ghanshyam that both the girls had gone to that cottage at night. They must have seen the pole man there, after knowing which Ghanshyam starts running and starts chasing Neha and Anuja's scooty, and the luck of both of them was so bad that at the present time, Anuja's scooty also gets stuck in a pit, and that is why both of them are caught. And after seeing this, Leela also comes to life, so she also goes back inside the house, laughing because they were feeling that these people will get trapped. Now Bola brings Neha and Anuja inside and imprisons them inside a room, so both of them started shouting very loudly, and the same Bola goes back to Ghanshyam. He asks to go to the girls, on which Leela says, first let them break down a bit, and then go away, to which Bola also agrees, but because at the moment, the sound of Neha's shouting was irritating him, so he goes and throws hot water on Neha's face, due to which Neha got burnt very badly. Then Anuja tries to handle her, but Neha is angry at him because she got stuck in that house because of Anuja. Now further we can see Vaibhav, who had reached Anuja's house to bring her back, and at the same time, Naru also comes there because he felt that Neha would be staying at Anuja's house, but there an argument starts between Vaibhav and Naru, in which Naru was accusing Anuja that she is spoiling Neha, and Vaibhav speaks for Neha that she would be the one instigating her to do the job, but so much. Anuja's landlord had reached there, and he calms both of them down and sends them away from there, while we see Anuja inside that scary house. Seeing the condition of her room, she had understood that Purna used to live inside this room, and perhaps Ghanshyam was holding Purna, and because he also did not want his condition to be like Purna, hence he starts banging the gate loudly. Then Bola and Ghanshyam reach there. Anuja sees this. She attacks them and tries to run away from there, but Ghanshyam and Bola overpower them. They beat them very badly with belts and get back to their work. Only then we can see Ghanshyam, who is now going upstairs and getting intimate with Purna. Yes, at the same time, seeing Purna's condition, we can also understand that in reality, she does not understand what is happening to her. She just stands silently and starts trying to kill an ant. Now, when Bola takes food for Neha and Anuja, neither of them eats the food, on which Bola gets angry and beats Neha very badly and goes away from there. Now, Neha and Anuja were really very broken, but then their Anuja sees a container of oil, with the help of which she somehow frees her hand, and later she starts thinking about running away from there by freeing Neha too. Then, after checking a little inside the room, they see a hole with the help of which they went out through the pipe. Till now outside, we are able to see Naru, who had now come to Ghanshyam's house, asking about Neha, but when he is interrogated about Neha, Ghanshyam and Bola start trying to mislead him. Then Naru also trusts them, so he starts leaving from there, but then he notices something lying nearby. It falls on Neha's photo, after seeing which Naru understands everything whether Neha is here or not, so he immediately goes to threaten Ghanshyam, and by this time, Neha and Anuja had also come out, but as soon as Anuja sees Ghanshyam and Bola outside, she goes to hide in the same cottage in which the man who had written the number on the pole was imprisoned. But because Neha had seen Naru, she stayed outside and shouted loudly. She screams for Naru, but as soon as Naru looks at her, Ghanshyam takes the opportunity and attacks her on the head, and later takes her life by crushing her face with a big stone, which was a very dangerous scene to see. Now after seeing all this, Neha got very scared. Then Ghanshyam and Bola hold Neha and start searching for Anuja. Then, when Anuja is seen by them, she starts trying to run away. Now, because there is a pole built inside the cottage, Main understood that he himself cannot escape from there, so he grabs hold of Ghanshyam's leg to help Anuja escape from there, on which Ghanshyam gets angry and punches a rod lying nearby in his head, due to which he dies on the spot. And further, we are able to see Anuja, who was not even in a condition to walk, so despite not wanting, she has to come back to the same house. Then we see Bhola back, who is Ghanshyam. Once again, he asks the same thing, on which now even Ghanshyam had agreed that he can do whatever he wants with these girls. After hearing this, Bhola's happiness knows no bounds. He immediately takes a good bath and gets ready and goes to Neha and starts doing wrong with her. Now Anuja has also come back there, seeing which Ghanshyam first beats her very badly and later forcibly shows her those actions of Bhola, which Anuja starts crying bitterly after realizing what he was doing with Neha. It was happening that due to her mistake, Neha also got trapped. Now in the night, Anuja is shown again, who got very angry, so she once again runs away from there, and while leaving, she sets Ghanshyam's favorite cow Ganga on fire and goes away. And when Ghanshyam and everyone else comes to know about this, they all start crying very badly because Ganga really meant a lot to them. Now Ghanshyam is angry. He starts killing Bhola, due to which Bhola also got angry, so he takes a dagger and goes out to find Anuja, where he was about to kill her, while we see Neha in the house, who approaches a crying Purna and tries to talk to her and tries to vent out her anger. But Purna, who herself was traumatized, just tells Neha to calm down, otherwise Baba will beat her a lot. And only then it is revealed that Ghanshyam is Purna's father. He was a blemish on his father's name. He was a demon who had killed her mother by trapping her in the same way. Also, after that, he never let Purna go out and kept doing wrong things with her, hence Purna's mind could never grow. Then Purna goes back after locking Neha out of fear of Ghanshyam, but Neha felt right to her, so she opens the gate again and goes away from there. We see Bhola, who is now Anuja was found, but by then, Anuja was also fully prepared. As soon as Bhola arrived, she first attacked him with a stick and later killed him with his own dagger. By then, Neha had also arrived there, who started asking Anuja to leave from there as soon as possible. At the same time, she also told her everything about Purna, after hearing which Anuja decides that now she will not leave from there without killing Ghanshyam, so she will immediately leave. She starts going back into the house, and then Neha also follows her, while Ghanshyam also got an idea of everything, so he was also ready. But Anuja somehow goes to the roof of the house, and as soon as Ghanshyam comes there, she attacks her, while we can see Neha below, who was attacked by Leela. And Leela was none other than Purna's grandmother here, that is, she was also involved in all this, which is a very dirty thing, but now. At the same time, Neha also shows courage and kills Leela with her own dagger. At the same time, we see that Anuja is also continuously attacking Ghanshyam, then she injures him by beating him very badly and throws him down from there. But still, Ghanshyam was not dead. There was some strength left in him, and now, after falling down, Ghanshyam is shown speaking to us for the first time in the entire movie. Then he shouts loudly, "Amma, Amma." It seems that he was calling Leela, but at that time, Leela was completely dead, and now Anuja also comes out and completely kills Ghanshyam. Well, now she sits there with Neha and starts thinking that after all, this world is full of bad people, and now we are told through a few lines that this story is actually inspired by a true incident, and Bhola and Ghanshyam together killed more than 13 people, out of which Bhola had wronged 9 girls and assaulted them. And with this story ends here, friends. I hope that you would have liked this story.